That's right, guys. You better toughen up if you want to trade these markets. The bears are in the background, ready to pounce. It's been a wild day trading Tesla. Tesla's range, we're either going to ultimately go down to $150 or we're going to back test that descending trend line at $225. That is going to be the subject of today's video. Which direction are we moving next? The day started off with the Tesla bulls surviving a bear attack early in the morning when the stock pulled back down to $177. But as the day progressed, it seemed to be moving slowly back up above a critical level of support at $180. But as we got closer to the close and closer to the earnings announcement, it began to creep back down, sending an ominous message. And after the data was released, we have since fallen. And here are the Tesla earnings facts. Tesla basically missed by a penny. It came in at 85 cents, which was very much in line with the market's 86 cents per share expectation. They beat the revenue expectation of $23.29 billion, coming in at $23.33 billion, which was a year-over-year 24% increase. Total revenue was up to $21 billion, which was an 18% year-over-year increase. Total unit production was up 44%. Quarter one deliveries were up 36% year over year. The company reported that the Tesla Model Y was the best-selling vehicle in Europe in quarter one and the best-selling vehicle minus pickups here in the US as well. But here's where the story gets difficult. Gross margin came in at 19.3%, whereas last year it came in at 29.1%. This was a pretty shocking drop in gross margin. That is the problem. Earlier in the week, Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives, a long-term Tesla bull, wrote in his Sunday main focus moving into Wednesday's earnings, he said the margin structure of the business following the vehicle price cuts has to be maintained. Tesla stock sold off as the market has punished Tesla for the loss of profit margin. But I'm going to be candid with you. I don't even personally believe that the market responded because of the fear of that particular number as much as the concern they wanted to send the message to Tesla that they needed to hold the line and not go greater than 20% margin for each quarter moving forward. The problem is that the bears believe that Tesla is just a big fat pig and that anybody who stayed in the trade is ready to get slaughtered because they're just getting too greedy. Tesla was back at $101 just this last January, and here we are over 100% higher between 180 and 200 for the last couple weeks. So the question is, does it make sense for Tesla stock to go higher from here, or should we have followed Kimball Musk's lead, Elon's brother, when he sold his bags just days ago? He has before sold right before the top. This is the Stocks with Josh show. Thank you guys for hitting the like. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and that YouTube all notifications bell to get daily stock insights, analysis, and predictions. If you guys need better trade tools, there is a link in the top pinned comment to the moomoo investment app. If you open and fund a new account, they will give you guys up to 15 free stock as well as up to a $1,500 cash coupon. Cash coupon, once your deposit clears, appears in your account and you can immediately begin to trade with it. They're also giving away for new subscribers a 1-month subscription to Benzinga Pro, which will help you get your options game moving. When you get all that squared away, you can then come find a chat group that I host on the app called Stock Josh Fam, where we talk stocks and crypto every single day. I'm going to be going into the Tesla charts to give you guys some specifics, some technical analysis of where I think we're going to go in the immediate as well as the long term. Before I do that, I want to take a step back and talk about how the overall market's doing. I think there's some other indicators to be seen there about stocks and cryptos. So today, Apple officially touched my target of $168. It actually hit $168.16. I gave that prediction many weeks ago as an ultimate top. This is also putting Apple at a point where it has ultimately come up and hit a resistance, which is a long downward trend line. I was expecting when Apple hit this spot that this is where you should consider taking profits because it's at the very tippy top of the range. And if Apple has gotten to the tippy top of the range, what does it say for the rest of the S&P 500? Are we going to see a reversal and turnaround impending coming very, very soon? And the S&P 500 kind of reflects that. We have some red, we've got some neutral, we've got some green. a very flat day for the most part and mostly leaning bearish. And then over on crypto, we've got even a worse story. Bitcoin has begun to pull back. Ethereum has pulled back. I got kicked out of both of those from my account. I was swinging Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ADA, and right now I'm out of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'm looking to go back to those key levels of support, which I've given you guys in previous videos. Now, if you had FOMO when Bitcoin was up at 31,000 and you thought, man, I've missed it, keep that in mind as Bitcoin pulls back. And remember that you wanted to get in when it was going up. So are you going to get in when it gets cheaper over the next couple days? I've not been kicked out of my ADA trade yet. Remember, I said that there was a beautiful neckline of support for ADA that I expected when it ran up to 46 cents. I expected it to come back and back test that neckline that's going to be somewhere between 40 to 42 cents and potentially move on from there. But we have to wait and see. That's how I'm trading those cryptos. At the end of this video, I'm going to briefly shout out 3 long-term portfolio investment trades that I'm in that I want to highlight to you guys. But let's just get into the charts right now on Tesla. I try to give you guys a price point that becomes a very focal price point. For me right now, for Tesla, that's $180. I'm going to say like I have in other stocks, if we get a close back above 180, that means that the world between 180 and 215 or 225 has opened back up to us. If we remain beneath 180, we are staring down the world of 180 trade range on the high end down to 150 or even 142. Now, the immediate local range that I expect that we're going to be in, that we've actually been flirting in throughout today, the local range of support is on the low end $170 and on the high end $198. Now, if we were to break beneath $164, that is a super critical level of support, then Tesla could easily go down all the way to $142. That's where the new call is that I'm giving you guys. Previously it had been 150, but based on today's price move, it now appears to me that it would be closer to 142 would be the lowest low of the range. That's not a prediction. I'm giving you guys the trade range, the micro and macro trade range. And if we were to break back above 180, then I believe that we would be on our way back to $198. And if we were to close above $198, that's actually a super critical level because that would be a breakout on a cup and handle position that Tesla's been in. So the buy price for a lot of people will be to wait and see if it breaks above 198, above 200. That might be the range for a push up to that 215, 225. That's the signal that momentum traders will be looking for. Overall, we're still operating on a buy signal for Tesla as far as the momentum between moving averages has provided us this buy signal that we're still operating on. We do not have a sell signal, so I am going to continue to take a bullish position and be buying on the dips and going into resistance. In addition to that, though, you need to keep in mind from the bear's point of view that Tesla is beneath the 200-day moving average. And what that means is that we are in bear territory. So if you're a bull and you're trading Tesla, you're in bear territory trying to fight your way out of their kingdom and over to the bull territory. Bull territory for Tesla will be back above the 200-day moving average. We would see a lot of momentum if we got above 180. I believe another close above 185. That should push us up to 198. And then we're going to see some resistance that we would have to fight through to see if we can get from that 200 to that 225 range. All right, I just want to briefly talk about the U.S. tax credits that came out over this last week. And I just want to point out how bullish this is for Tesla and how I think it's going to impact Q2 of 2023. I really enjoyed a video I saw Keenan Grace do yesterday where he compared the Tesla 3 against the BMW Model 3 and showed that Tesla is a luxury vehicle and is coming in much cheaper. And if you begin to press into it even deeper, he showed that the Tesla 3 was roughly going to be selling for $42K and the BMW 3 was roughly going to be selling for $45K. But I also want to point out the amazing final price after all the benefits that many people can receive. We've got that federal benefit that's going to be applicable for the Model 3, which is going to only be the $3,750 because of the issue with the battery, but that's still a huge discount. If I'm here right now in California and there's an additional tax benefit here in California of an additional $2,000, discount. And then if you were to take into consideration the gas savings for owning a Tesla over 6 years, you knock out another $4,200, and that brings the total cost for a Tesla down for a 5-year period to $32K. That is really a desirable price point. And I think as that information disseminates out, we're going to see Tesla sales even go higher. And I think that you're going to see accumulation because people are going to want to be in this when that report comes out for Q2 of 2023. All right, these are swing trades. I'm talking about my Bitcoin, my Ethereum, my Tesla swing trades. I want to talk to you guys briefly about some of my long-term trades. I've given them to you guys on this page before. One of them is GEHC. GE Healthcare. Now these guys are going to have their earnings reported April 25th. And I want you guys to look at this chart. I'm looking at the weekly candlesticks. This thing has just been on a tear ever since they came out. And I want to point out something from my experience. These guys are in price discovery. This is essentially a new stock, and it means that the height of it, nobody knows. And momentum tends to build on these, and it tends to really take off. The earnings that are coming out could cause this to shoot well above $100. Now, I brought it to the family when it was $67, and at this point, we are 30% up from there. I'm in it. I've got my stop loss set, and I'm excited to see the earnings come because, like I said, I see this hitting $100 to $125 potential in a blow-off top and maybe even higher. But I think you're going to see that natural level of resistance at $100. I want to briefly talk about another one of my long-term investments that I brought to you guys in July of 2022 when it was $17.50. That is PERI, Perion Network, ticker PERI. Now, I gave this to you guys when it was $17.50. You can see that it is absolutely blown up. Since then, we are 130% higher. And you know what? This thing has just not been slowing down. I've been trading it with a trailing stop loss. I got kicked out one time, got back in on the pullback, and been riding it up ever since. And I'm going to continue to ride it up, and I'm going to let my stop loss kick me out, my trailing stop loss kick me out whenever it decides to stop going up. And I know a lot of people are going to say, man, we've missed both of those. They're both way up, Joshua. I'm pointing them out for two reasons. Whenever you're in a bear market, guys, and I told you earlier that Apple might have hit its very top and it might begin to trend down. It might pull the markets down with it. There's always something that's making new highs. I just gave you two stocks that have been only making new highs from week to week ever since the middle of 2022. I'm going to give you guys another pick. I've given it to you before. Now this one's it's not hitting new highs yet, but it hit my buy target, and that's what's exciting. And if you can guess it, it's VFC. This is a great company. I've covered it before, and I told everybody that when it was up at around $25, I said this thing's going to come ultimately down to $22 to $23. Now it did, and it's even hit as low as $20. And I want to draw out to you guys, I'm in an accumulation phase on this, and I'm telling you right now that in the course of a couple years, I believe this thing is a great company. It's going to return to around $48 to $50, and I'm happy to accumulate it at my buy price of $22 and lower. I want to point out to you that in an extreme bearish environment, if the market gets knocked down some more, the key level of support that I see on this is $17. Now, if you are a swing trader, you might just consider waiting for that opportunity that if it ever materialized. If you're a long-term investor, I personally am buying at this level and will buy more if it gets to $17. Now, I want to always give you guys the absolute worst case scenario Armageddon, which is that if $17 were to break, the next level of support beneath that is $13. I'm not imagining that the 17 level will break, but nobody knows for certain. I'm just letting you know that I am buying now. I will buy all the way down to $17 if it ever gets there. Right now, it has formed a double bottom at around the $20 mark. But that's what I'm looking at. That's another one of my long-term trades. And 6 months from now or 12 months from now, I hope to be telling you guys, here's another banger, as Keenan likes to say. So check them out yourself, put them on your watch list, and give me some feedback in the comment section. Did you guys play Tesla? How did it fare? How are you going to trade it moving forward? Are you done with it, or are you loading up at the discount? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for hitting the like, hit the subscribe, and the YouTube all notifications bell to continue to get these daily stock and crypto insights and analysis and predictions. And tonight I'm going to be doing a live with the Core 4 Stockmo, Keenan, and Larry Jones. It's going to be a dynamic conversation. I'm sure we're going to continue the conversation about what happened with Tesla and where it might go from here. As always, peace and blessings, my friends. I wish you all great success. We'll see you in the next video.